All right, welcome to the Eric J. the Great podcast show. Got a special guest on the show today, female R&B artist, Remedy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So for anybody out there that hasn't heard her music before, we're gonna start off by playing one of her songs, and then after that, we'll get into the interview. Hey,
Yes, sir. This is slow.
that old girl was talking that stuff.
Oh yeah, this is slow.
Yeah. So, first off, tell the people where you from and how old are you?
I am from Anniston, Alabama. I am 26 years old. I'll be 27 next week.
Oh, that's yeah. I ain't from Anniston, but I went to well, I stayed in Anniston from seventh grade till I graduated high school.
Okay, okay.
I
So
ain't
you
been,
kind of familiar with the area.
yeah, my mom's side of the family in Anniston.
Okay then.
I ain't been
None of
there.
my
I
family
ain't
is
been there.
here, so.
I ain't been there in a couple of years, but yeah, I only come down there when my mom go down there.
Okay then. I got you.
But
Sweet home Alabama.
so,
uh,
what's the first thing that come to your mind when you hear Anniston?
um, very small, close knit. Everybody in the area is pretty much related.
All right.
I'm kind of the outcast when it comes to that. All my people from out of town, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's home.
Well,
But they say there's no place like home.
no, okay. Well, where most of your people from?
Chattanooga, Tennessee, Georgia, the Dominican Republic. My people are pretty much all over. Louisiana. Yeah,
No.
they all over.
So you was in Anniston your whole life, mostly.
Yes. My mom and my dad were military brats. So they met in Anniston because both of their fathers were stationed in Anniston. And I'm here. So
Okay. So for anybody that ain't never been to Anniston, just kind of describe how it was growing up there, some of the obstacles and struggles you might have had to go through, and just explain you grew up two-parent household, any siblings, things like that.
okay. Well, I grew up in a household with my mother. My father was in my life. Um, not as much as I feel like he should have been, but he was in my life. I have siblings on both my mom and my dad's side. I have a sister and a brother on my mother's side, and then on my father's side, I have two brothers. I'm the oldest on both sides. Growing up in the area was pretty simple, pretty, I guess what people would think that they would see on TV is homey, is like kind of country, but at the same time, not. I don't know how to explain it. Um, but life is life in Anniston, Alabama, and the surrounding areas. I mean, everything wasn't always perfect. I say that much, but I love my parents, I love my siblings, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about what you said earlier. You definitely is right about like damn near everybody is related in Aniston.
Literally everybody. Like you can't date somebody over here because you're gonna find out that them over there they cousin. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to I used to look at Aniston like a cereal bowl, like it's like a little small circle, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, what type of activities you was into as a kid? Like what did you do when you was younger? Did you play sports, cheerlead, dance, anything like that?
Oh my gosh, I did. I played every sport except volleyball and except soccer. Uh and softball. Softball was the one sport I wasn't involved with at all. Soccer and volleyball, I was the manager of both teams, but I tried every single sport. The only thing that I stuck with throughout high school was dance line.
Mm,
But I've tried everything. I'm talking about track, basketball, majorettes. Like I've done it all. I was pretty active.
okay. So did you graduated from Anderson High School?
I graduated from Welborn High School.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just
Yeah, I grew up in Jacksonville, and my mother got married, and I moved after my 7th grade year, going into my 8th grade year, and I went to Wilbur, and I graduated from Wilbur.
oh, that's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't go to wherever that much. No, I had cousins, they used to go out there sometimes. That's the only time I went out there.
Huh. So you familiar with Wilbur then?
I know everything about anything close to Anniston, whether it be Gaston, Jacksonville, Oxford, all that stuff. So
Okay then. Okay. Wilbur Panthers. Yeah. Country little old me.
yeah. So as far as your family, like did you have anybody in your family or friends that was involved in the music business, or were you the first one to take that path?
Um, as far as it being this major, I'm the first. But there is music on both my mom and my dad's sides. And I mean, as in both of their parents. Music is in my bloodline all the way down to the point to where I can't even ask any more questions. It's
Man,
all the way down the line on both sides. My father was actually in a music group and my mother sang as well. They both did choir, in school, in church, the whole nine. So it's been there. It's been there for years. Everybody either plays an instrument or sings, dance, something. Anything to do with music is there.
okay. So as far as the music, what would you say really led you to doing music?
Honestly, music is something that I've been known my whole life. Um, I can't even tell you when I fell in love with music because that's how long it's been. I do remember that my mother told me as soon as I started talking, she said I was talking before I even turned one. I was humming to the music that I heard on the radio,
Mm.
even to the Weather Channel. So music has always been a part of my life.
Oh, okay. So who was some of your favorite music artists growing up who you like listening to?
Oh my gosh. Well, number one, Aaliyah.
Yeah, that's a
I don't
classic.
know if people know, but me and Aaliyah share the same birthday. So that's big to me. But
Man.
that's the biggest. I definitely studied Beyonce growing up. Destiny Child, I was big on that. I had my own music groups growing up. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. There's so many on down the line, all the way up to now, like her, Ella May. That's just a few to name that I would love to work with. Chris Brown. I've done a lot of studying. It's fun, but it's a lot of work to it. So I do my studying, and that's been happening since I was a little girl.
Oh yeah.
It's my life.
Okay. So as far as your artist name, is that your real name?
It is not. My birth name is Denisha.
Okay.
Remedy is a name that just came out of the blue to me as far as what I want to be with my music and me as an artist to the world,
Okay.
which I call Remedy Nation. I call my supporters Remedy Nation. But I just rebranded myself 2022 and came out as Remedy. I was going by my name before that. But
Okay.
yes, my birth name is Denisha.
So as far as take me back to the time when you first went to a recording studio and recorded a song for the first time. Kind of describe how that process was. Was it easy for you to pick up, how to record and things like that, or was it kind of hard at first?
um, my very first recording, the time, oh my gosh, I think I was like 12. It was like an in-house studio. I had some people hit me up. I had already been singing in church, singing in school, doing talent shows, winning all the talent shows. Like I was doing all of that. And I got contacted by some people in the area. And my mom, she talked to them and she agreed to it. She took me to my first recording session. Everything was magic. As soon as I heard a beat, I was able to write. And I think it caught everybody by surprise because of how young I was, that I was able to write like I can write. That came super early, but it was really easy. It was really fun. Um, and that really jumped everything off right then and there. Like I already had those ideas of Like I would tell mama, I want to do that. I want to be like her if I would see Whitney Houston on TV or something. But it's like in that moment, that's when I knew. That's
Okay.
when I knew.
So are you more of a writer or do you freestyle sometimes or how did that go?
I'm more of a writer.
Oh yeah.
I have freestyled some things which people don't know.
Mm.
And I have some things coming soon that I actually freestyle on, and y'all will be real surprised. But I'm more of a writer. I like to hear a beat and just go off of how I feel, what the vibe is, and I make it happen. I'm really big on producing my own music as well. So even though I may not know how to work Pro Tools or whatever it is that they're using, I'm like, okay, I want to put this in here. I want to do this. I want this to sound like this. Like I'm the one that runs my whole session. So
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you said when you was writing, when people figure out that you know how to write good, that's when you knew what you say. That also was the moment that you had the confidence to know that you really could pursue music seriously.
absolutely. That's when I knew that this was more than just fun. This was more than just a dream. It was what I was born to do. It's
Okay.
really what I was born to do. Um, I'm good at a lot of other things, but this right here is different. It's a different place in my heart. Kind of like how my kids are. Different place in my heart. My music is a different place in my heart.
Oh yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
So are you signed to a label or got a distribution deal right now? Or are you independent?
I am not signed to a label. I am independent. I do have a management team and all of that. So I am signed, quote unquote, but not to an actual label. No.
Okay. So as far as in the future, would you sign a distribution or a major labor deal if it made sense?
Absolutely. I actually have some deals on the table.
Hmm.
um, but yes, if it's right. I'm not one that signs for money or anything like that. I have to know that it makes sense for my life, for my kids' lives, you know, overall that is beneficial to both me and the label. I have to make sure that it's right, 100%, or my signature goes on nothing.
Okay. So did those deals just start coming in or you just you've been sitting on them for a little minute now?
I had my first deal come in about 4 months ago, and I've had a couple come in after that. So I've been sitting on some for a few. Yeah.
Okay. So as far as recording, like how often you be going to the studio? Do you like just um like a vibe type thing? Do you try to go every day or how does that go?
Now, I do not have like a in-home studio like a lot of artists do. So I do have to go and pay for my studio time, which is fine. Like I said, this is what I love to do. But with that being said, with me being a mom as well, I kind of have to work it in where I can work it in. So it's not like it's a set thing to where I'm going every day or every weekend, or it's not like that. It's I get it in where I can get it in. I make sure that I give my time to my babies, my personal life, but Remedy as well. So I just do whatever makes sense, whatever fits and what makes sense. Cause I still have bookings and things like that too. So I have to work it all in together. And thank God I have a management team to help me out with that. Cause I'm not good at stuff like that. I'm just gonna be honest. So, but we make it happen. We definitely make it happen.
Absolutely. So when you're doing something and you building confidence in it and anything that you do, kind of describe when you first dropped your first music, when people could hear your music publicly for the first time. How was the
Oh
city
my gosh.
embracing you around that time?
Okay. So I was already singing at funerals, weddings, big events like MLK breakfasts, things like that. I was already doing that. And I started doing that when I was about 9, 10 years old. Um, but me actually releasing my very first like single to the world, it was a very difficult time for me when I did it. I was actually homeless. I had to go stay with a friend that just so happened to have like an in-house studio. And like I said, it was already something I had already known that I wanted to do. So for me to get in there and write really write a hit song, which I still believe to this day that it's a hit song. I just didn't push it the way it needed to be. But I learned over time. That's another story. Um, but to release it, it was like it was bittersweet because it's like, okay, I'm homeless. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going, what I'm doing. I wasn't a mom yet. It was a lot fresh out of high school. Um, Not really many people to turn to, but still trying to focus on your career. Like it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. But I did step out on faith and I did it. It did open up a lot of doors for me. I did perform the song a good bit, all that good jazz. So for me, it was bittersweet. I was excited for everybody to hear how I evolved as an artist. But then on top of that, it's like, I gotta go home. But where's home? Yeah. So it was just one of those things.
Yeah. And I know yeah, that's a powerful story right there. I know as you continue to elevate and keep going through life, a lot of people that's either been close to being down that low as far as, their personal lives or been in similar situations will be able to relate to that, as you continue to elevate and more people hear your story.
Absolutely. And and this is part of how I came up with my stage name, Remedy. I want to be that for people. Good, bad, ugly. Kind of like how you hear people say, this is a home remedy for this, that, the third. I want my music to be that for somebody. You going through good things and it's like, okay, I can bump this. You going through the bad, I can bump this. This gonna help me get through. That's what remedy is. Remedy is the remedy.
Oh yeah.
Good, bad, ugly. So that's what I want it to be for everybody.
Okay. So have you did any shows yet? Like just in general?
Oh my gosh, have I?
Yeah.
I've done so many shows. I worked with 808 Mafia pretty close. 808 Mafia actually produced my very first album. And I have some other things coming that they've produced and things of that nature. The song that you played at the beginning, Ocean, was produced by Jungle Boy Beats, which is a pretty big multi-platinum producer in the industry. Um, so yeah, I can say that. Absolutely.
Oh,
It's taken a lot of time, but like I said, we make it happen.
so what would you say is the biggest show you've done so far?
Um, I would have to say the Be Heard conference in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
We had a lot of labels in the building. From QC, I don't
Mhm.
know if y'all know who that is, but Quality Control,
Yeah.
Atlantic Records, on down the line. It was a lot of people there. I made a lot of connections, and it was a blessing just to even be in the building outside of performing. To meet so many different artists from different locations. Everybody's styles are different. I'm big on it. I'm big on meeting people, seeing what mesh, you know what I'm saying? Learning from them, they learn from me. I was all for it. So it was pretty big. Hosted by YS Baby. Shout out to YS. You really did it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy. That's my hometown, Birmingham, so I'm from there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So as far as the music scene in your city right now, just kind of describe the music scene right now. And also just describe if artists work with each other or do everybody just do their own thing.
Where I'm from, I'm gonna be honest, there's not a whole lot of support from my hometown. I get more support in Atlanta than I get from where I was born and where I grew up.
Mm.
Um, it's more so of a popularity contest. There's a lot of talent in my area, a whole lot of talent, but it's kind of like a dog eat dog world in this one area. Um, Everybody pretty much, do their own thing. Nobody really wants to support the other, and I hate it. It's home. I love home, and I don't want to talk down on home. Nothing like that. But that's pretty much how it is. That's just real. Like I said, I get a lot of support, more support in Atlanta than I do here. I could do a show in Atlanta and get paid, and I can go to my hometown and they don't even want to pay me to sing. So it's different. It's definitely different.
So would you say like as far as like a music scene that's close to you, Atlanta is really like your scene where you try to go most of the time and navigate and move around with different artists and things like that?
I don't want to say where I try to go most of the time, but I've built a name for myself more so in Atlanta. So
Oh,
right now it's easier to maneuver in Atlanta. A lot of the bigger names in the industry, I've gotten connected to because I was in Atlanta. Like I'm one of the few artists that took it outside of Anniston, Alabama, and actually took it to the next level. By me stepping out on faith and going to Atlanta, it opened up a lot of doors for me. So will I say that I'm just grounded to Atlanta? No. I will always represent where I'm from. But I definitely receive a whole lot of love from Atlanta and surrounding areas in Georgia, definitely.
okay. So I know you was saying a little bit of some of the artists that you wanted to work with in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Uh just kind of go more in detail with that and also list some artists that you already worked with so far.
Okay. As far as the people that I want to work with, I love creativity. I'm big on that. Which is one of the reasons why I haven't signed anything yet. I pay attention to that part. Um, I understand that I may not know everything, but my sound is different. The way I write my music is different. And what is important to me is to have that creativity, to be able to take it to a certain point that you haven't seen before. And I believe that if I have that kind of control to a certain extent, then I can make that happen because I'm more than just a singer, you know. That's that for me. So the people that I named are people that I do understand and feel that have that same mind frame as I do in that area of creativity. You can't just be a puppet getting on stage and singing whatever's given to you. What else can you bring to the table? So that's that for me when it comes to those people. Now, as far as who I've worked with, oh my gosh. Okay, so 808 Mafia, Jungle Boy Beats, Bally Baby. I work with a lot of different artists from my area that are underground, but they're pretty big in my area as far as 1K Guap, Ali, RSBK, um, Thule, Sway Moolah. The list goes on. I'm really big on support
Man, I
in
gotta
my
hear that.
area.
I gotta. I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean I need to hear that song with Sway. That's one of my favorite artists.
Now
I
listen,
interviewed Sway and 1K. So
I have a lot with 1K. Now let me tell you something about Sway. We actually, from being young, I mean, when I'm fresh out of high school, we started out kind of in the same studio. So we have music, but it's music like when we were younger. We hadn't really established the type of artist that we were just yet. So I
oh
don't think there's gonna be anything that we're gonna put out into the world.
yeah.
But me and Sway are definitely in contact. Definitely. It's a lot of dope artists around this area. Amirian, I don't know if you're familiar with that name. It was the same with her. We grew up going to the same people, the same studios in there making the same songs together. Like we're all intertwined with each other. And I do feel like if we all came together and did something together, man, it's gonna be on some next level type stuff. But that's another conversation. But much love to each and every one of them. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, Sway, Moolah, and 1K, they definitely dope artists. I know I interviewed Sway like 3 months ago, and 1K like a little over a month ago. His interview dropped next month.
Okay. Yeah, that's my boy. We got some new stuff coming too soon. Yeah, I'll wait till Valentine's Day for that one. Me and 1K go out. Yeah.
So, what would you say is your most successful project so far?
My most successful. I would have to say when I stepped out on a ledge and stepped out of my comfort zone and did the song with Bally Baby and RSBK Ocean, the one you played at the beginning. It was my very first time actually shooting like a real video. Like I've done something before when I was younger, but it got taken off YouTube. It wasn't nothing like, you know, that was something different. I put my heart and soul into it. It was kind of me presenting myself as Remedy when I rebranded myself. So for me, that was probably the biggest point in my career so far. The fact that I came out of my own little box and said, "Look, world, it's Remedy." So that was different for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for everybody, for all your supporters and your fans out there, when you just explain some things you like doing in your spare time when you're not doing music.
Okay. I'm really big on cooking. Y'all don't play around because our generation don't like to cook. But see, my mama and my grandmamas didn't play that. They didn't play that. I'm talking about real Southern home cooking, everything from scratch. Remedy does that. I love to cook. Outside of cooking, like I spend a lot of time with my kids. I have 3 children. And they're with me literally 24/7. I've taken them to some shows and everything. So yeah. I love to skate. I love to bowl. And just to sit in the house and watch a movie is fine with me. I'm not hard to please. Um, Time matters to me more than anything.
Okay. So as far as your goals, as far as your music career, what's your short and long term goals of what you want to accomplish?
Short term goals. I'm gonna say to build my fan base a little more than what it is. Um, I have a lot of, and I hate to say fans. I don't like that. I have a lot of supporters. I definitely do. It's grown tremendously, in 2022 alone. But for me to take it to that next level to where I really, really touch some people, that's really big to me. And that's short term because I feel like that's based off of my work ethic, what I'm doing. And as far as long term goes, I need to put out another album for y'all. I need to put out another album for y'all. And maybe that's a short term too. Now that I think about it, I have a lot of singles, a lot of music I'm sitting on. I put my heart and soul into everything. Like I said, I write all of my music. So to release something else, a big project to some people, to all of my supporters would be big for me, and I feel like for you all too. Because like I said, I put my heart into it. Um, Remedy is not Remedy without Remedy Nation.
Right. Okay.
Definitely, definitely. I gotta release another album.
That's what's up. So as far as well, we in the new year now, 2023. So as far as the whole 2023, just list what you got coming as far as features, projects, or shows, anything like that.
Ooh, you're trying to get me in trouble with my management. I can't list every little thing, but what I can say is I do have something coming very, very soon. A visual, another video. It's coming very, very soon. I do have something dropping with, like I said, 1K guap for Valentine's Day. I can say that. And stay tuned for all these big events that I post on social media because it's more than just a post. That's all I can say. It's more than just a post. Everybody show up and show out. I do have merch out now as well. I've posted it all over my social media so everybody can get some Remedy Nation merch. I'm excited about that. But yeah, I can't speak on anything else. You're trying to get me in trouble.
I just asked a question. I don't know if I'm scoop on everything.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
So this is kind of like a more personal question. I've been
Okay.
to ask people this question that been coming on. So how do you want people to perceive you?
Perceive me. Everything from me is always to keep it authentic. That's why you never hear anything that I haven't written that came from the heart, if that makes sense. So real is the motive for me. Now we might have it fun, we might have it sexy, we might keep it G, but understand that it's always gonna be real. That's a part of my brand. That's a part of who I am as a person outside of being Remedy. I'm gonna always keep it authentic. And to me, that's the first thing. For first and foremost, that's what the most important thing is. Keep it authentic at all times.
Okay. So I just added this question right here. So I think
Uh-oh.
everybody got this. So
Uh-oh.
since you'll be the first one to do. Well, I have to ask you both sides since you're a singer. I ain't never had nobody do a R&B Mount Rushmore. So uh who's your R&B Mount Rushmore? You know, top 5 people, your own personal top 5, and go hip hop too.
Oh, how do I do that? A top 5?
Yeah, for R&B,
Oh
and
my
just
gosh.
all R&B.
Oh. Oh Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Aretha Franklin, Jennifer Hudson, Beyonce, Aaliyah, Chris Brown.
Man, that's a hell of a 5 right there. Dang. So what about hip hop?
Okay. Hip hop. I'm gonna go with, how do I do this? Ooh, this is hard. Um, I'm gonna name some people from now versus then. 90s is my favorite era, but I'm gonna go with now. I'm gonna say Big Lotto. Hold on. um, Megan Thee Stallion. Migos. Uh, hold on, wait for it.
But yeah, you said 3. You said 3, so you got 2
I
more.
said 3. Lil Durk.
Mm.
Lil Baby.
I was about to say, if you say Lil Durk, you gotta say Lil Baby.
Yeah, yeah. And that's just now. I'm you put me in a situation trying to pick between like then and now because like I'm a big 90s person. But yeah, we're gonna get
My
some
favorite
new.
music too. I always tell people, I said like from early 90s to 2010, I feel like was the best era of music because you had the pop Biggie era, and you had Jay-Z, Eminem, all them came behind them. And then
Yep.
you had Cash Money start they run with Lil Wayne, T.I., Gucci, them came out. Then you had the Shawty Lows, the Jeezys, uh, Soldier Boys, all them came out.
Whoa.
That was just a crazy era with Shanties, Fantasias, all them. So
And you put me in this 5 box. You see what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I say it's your own. I always say personal top 5 because anybody can say a political top 5, and Jay-Z or Tupac can be anybody political top 5 because ain't nobody gonna argue them type of artists. But
and that's why I said now. Cause I
from
could have said, Lil Wayne. Or I'm talking about like right now, who's hot right this second. You feel me?
where I would go look at it is like who relate to you more, like who is that for you, because everybody, just because that person might be in that position, that doesn't mean that was that artist for you. Like everybody know, well, Z is the goal for every artist. Every
Right.
artist want to get to 1 billion, but he might not have been, you might not have vibe with his music like that. Not saying that he's not a bad artist at all, it's just that might not have been some personal goals. Yeah, like I was saying, like just like everybody know, like Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, they run Drake, like all them been at the top, but like might not have been that artist for you. That's why I was like, your own personal top 5, whatever artist would have related to what you was going through, or just what was inspiration for you. It might not be they might not be in everybody else top five, but it's your personal top five. You feel like they
Yeah.
out of you. You know what I'm saying?
And for me, I relate to a lot of different artists depending on what the sound is and what the song is. So I could have took it to Drake, but then I also could have took it to 50 Cent.
Right.
It's different. That's what I said. The top five thing, like that's some type of box. But I relate to a lot of different music. It depends on, what it is, to be honest. So I mean, I could have went with the Tory Lanez, the Bryson Tiller. It's different lanes. So
Yeah. I mean, since I asked you the question, I gonna give you a now and then list of mine. So my then list is Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, uh Wayne, and Drake. But an honorable mention is Jeezy, because I like Jeezy. So that's an honorable mention. But as far as now, I really could put Drake in now and put Jeezy in then, because Drake's still popping.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he been popping for so long. But
Yeah.
but
And Drake ain't stopped.
yeah,
My boy's unstoppable. Like they just need to go ahead and just give him cause he's unstoppable. He come back harder and better every time.
yeah. So I put Jeezy in then. But as far as now, I like Drake. I like Lil Baby. I like I think J. Cole.
Yes, Kendrick Lamar.
I like Kendrick Lamar, but it's it's certain albums that really didn't relate to me. Not saying that they was bad albums, they was good art. It just didn't do it for me. Like my favorite Kendrick album is Section 80 and the first album he ever dropped when he got signed to what was that, the Mad Music or something with the
You
swimming pool.
dropping gems now. You dropping gems.
Yeah, that was my favorite the albums by Kendrick. That I love Kendrick. I was listening to him way before he got signed, and I like The Weeknd too. The Weeknd does it for me because I like his because his is like vibe type music, and there's not some of his stuff. He's so versatile. So now he puts out all kind of stuff. But that House of Balloons album, like that was my favorite
I'm not
album.
really big on the weekend. Like he's dope, don't get me wrong, but I'm not really just big on the weekend.
You gotta listen to that House of Balloons album. That's my favorite album, bro. That's when he first came out. And
Now, when you get to talk about Maxwell, you got my attention.
oh yeah, well that's real R&B right there. But I think Weekend he made like that vibe type of music,
Yeah,
like cleaning the
I
house.
can agree with it. Like I said, I'm not really a huge weekend fan. Now, would I work with the weekend? Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like we could make some things happen and make a hit for sure. But when you start getting into that lane, I'm gonna start going into Usher, um, Neo. I'm gonna start going into that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, and also why I say four people? Yeah, so the last one I had to say. Oh, damn, bro. See, I don't forgot about my dude, but I love Plies too. That's my guy. But I put Kodak in the now because I fuck with Kodak too. So
I do too.
yeah, Plies, man. I still be riding to his old joint. That joint be having me lit.
Don't play. I bring up Bow Wow. What you
Yeah.
talking about? Oh, Marion. Yeah, we can take it back. Mario. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some Mario the other day on my birthday. That joint took me all the way back.
Yeah. Them my guys right there. For sure.
Yeah. So as far as closing remarks, um tell the people anything you that you got going on as far as that you wanted to know as closing remarks, and then let people know how to find you on social media and things like that.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna say thank y'all so much for watching and listening. Um, for me, every podcast, every interview, every studio session, every performance holds a dear part in my heart.
You could barely. I don't know, but yeah, I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely appreciative for each and every one of you. Um, I have a lot more coming very, very soon that I can't speak on just yet, but it's coming. 2023 is gonna be a crazy ride. Y'all make sure and follow me at Remedy Nation. That's REMEDI Nation. Thank y'all so much. Keep it authentic, keep it sexy at all times. It's your girl Remedy.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Anytime you want to come on, we could do it whenever. I don't just do interviews either. I talk about real stuff, whether that be 50-50 in relationships, police brutality, should you kick your kid out at 18 years old, like stuff.
I'm ready for whatever. I'm waiting on you.
Oh yeah.
I'm always down to work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I appreciate all my supporters. We recently just hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I appreciate everybody that's been supporting the podcast. And also, as far as my Spotify just notified me that I'm top 30% most followed podcast on Spotify, and then the top 5% globally. So I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me, and also.
I'm gonna do it to you with that one.
I appreciate it, but I need everybody to go check out Shawty Low Jr. interview. Check out the Derez Deshaun interview. If you don't know who Derez Deshaun is, he's the one that made the Hardaway single back in the day. He's still putting out good music. Go check that out. And I just had ended 2022 with a bang, but I interviewed Lil Flip. So go check out that interview. He's still doing it.
Sir.
And Free Band Test, check out that interview as well. That's Future's artist. He's doing big things. And One Shot Deals, that's on the channel too. That's DMX artist before he passed away. So got more dope content on the way, more dope guests coming. And anytime you want to come on, just hit me whenever. Anniston got a special place in my heart, because I stayed there for like 6 years of my childhood. So
Of course. And I definitely appreciate you having me on here today. Like I said, 2023 gonna be a crazy ride, and I look forward to being back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to hear them songs. You and Sway got to get in the studio like this month.
Hey,
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna be like, hey, you need to pull up.
yeah, call him, because he hard to get in touch with now. And I'd be like, dang, I thought I was hard to get in touch with.
Oh man. Yeah, he ain't far away.
I know it. He just busy like the rest of us are, and that's okay. But we're gonna make some shake, that's for sure.
Yeah, because the version of artist you is now versus what he be putting out now, that'd be dope.
He was supposed to be on my first album. But that's okay. I'm on your next way. You know it's love though.
Yeah, go ahead, start sending that out down for you start making that next album, so he already got some reserved on
it. Right. Right. Well, I definitely appreciate you so much. Thank you.
All right, no problem. And anytime you want to come on, just reach out to me on Messenger or my Instagram, Eric J the Great. That's what a lot of people hit me up on on Twitter too, Eric J the Great.
I got you.
All right, y'all. You have a good one.
Thank you. You as well.
All right.